Okay, I want to do a little showcase on one of the greatest aesthetics of all time, which is also a forgotten or lost aesthetic. I'm gonna call this the 90s New Age goth. Was a blend of the hippie aesthetic, the goth aesthetic, the 70s psychedelic rock aesthetic, and the witch aesthetic, a little bit of medieval aesthetic, all blended in together to one beautiful, colorful, spiritual 90s gothy aesthetic. Every aesthetic has its it girl, right? I'm going to nominate Tara from Buffy the Vampire Slayer as the New Age goth it girl. She perfectly embodies everything about this aesthetic. She's a full-blown witch in the show. If Tara were a real person, she would have definitely shopped from the Pyramid catalog. When you still shopped from magazines, the Pyramid catalog would be sent to your house. I grew up with every single issue of these. I was always seeing them. My favorite thing about the Pyramid collection, their slogan was myth, magic, fantasy, and romance. Lots of tie-dye, lots of long dresses, long skirts. These clothing items really defined the New Age goth aesthetic. Fairies were really big, or wanting to look like a goth fairy. That was really big in this aesthetic. The whole fantasy realm ties back to the spirituality of it. Let's talk a little bit about the whys and the wheres. Where and why was this exploding in the 90s? Here's the answers. The 90s saw an explosion of tarot cards, crystals, astrology, dream journals, and Wicca. This is because the 90s also saw an explosion of bookstores along with metaphysical stores with sections like past lives, chakras, healings. On the other spectrum of this, alternative music set a huge tone for this aesthetic. Mazzy Star, Garbage, Portishead, Nine Inch Nails, spiritual references about God, Fleetwood Mac, psychedelic rock, the 90s electronic, Alice DJ, the group Enigma. 90s electronic or ambient music loved to play on the New Age themes, and they even often incorporated that type of feminine singing, almost mermaid-like, siren-like. That's super defining to this aesthetic. In the 90s is the first time you're going to see female alternative solo artists in their strongest era to date, and these female solo artists, I think, opened the gates for dark feminine exploration. Fiona Apple, Alanis Morissette, Hope Sandoval. The 90s had an obsession with medieval things, the usage of corsets. The most surprising thing, but honestly the best part of this subculture, is that tie-dye can absolutely fly as like a gothic thing or a alternative thing. I love the usage of tie-dye in this aesthetic. Introducing the color purple into being goth, and the color purple's associations with mysticism and psychic abilities and spirituality, I think, innately put a spiritual twist onto the gothic subculture. You're gonna see a lot of tribal design, especially in tattoo selections. Tapestries are huge. The rise of Hot Topic. Hot Topic blew up in the 90s, and Hot Topic was the entryway to all things gothic. Hot Topic was the mother of so many gothic subcultures. The 90s had a really strong 60s, 70s like nostalgia revival. Flowy clothing, peace signs, incense, but since it was the 90s, a darker twist on it. Goth originally originated in the late 70s, early 80s, but by the 90s, things had brightened up a little or gotten a little more softer around the edges. And instead of leaning Victorian, they wanted to take more of a witchy approach to things. Think velvet, lace, chokers, long skirts. So this aesthetic eventually faded away. Shopping from magazines was no longer a thing. Hot Topic rebirthed itself by the 2010s. Femininity went from darkness to more of like a diva glam in the early 2000s. The New Age aesthetic, I think, is being put to rest. Spirituality is taking new form. There's just so much I could say about this aesthetic. I hope that I packed enough about it in here. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned if you like these kind of topics, and thank you so much.